through the rib cage, so be careful. The straightness here, Molly, is very good. Now, in the same idea and fashion that you did your down transition from trot to walk, let me see the same trot transition from canter to trot. Think about closing your knee, holding your stomach in like you're doing a sit-up, and have the shoulders grow in front of you. Good. And forward to rising trot. So, and atta girl, much better transition. So that for him, Molly, when you do that down transition, except for when we play with the counter canter, when you do that down transition, too much neck bend there, Catherine, straighten his neck, straighten his neck. When you do that down transition, except for the counter canter exercise I talked about, Molly, I want you to always come back to rising trot to make him think forward. Don't come back to your sitting trot. So one more, yes ma'am. And you're thinking medium trot almost when you come back to your trot. This is better. Keep that right rein, lighten the left rein, left fingers forward in your trot, and then rising. Good for you. Good, Catherine. All right, good you guys. Let's come back to your trot and stay in your trot. Rising. Let's do a little lengthened trot down the long side over here in front of me, and then cross the diagonal HXF, changing directions, lengthen trot again. Think bigger steps, not quicker tempo. Be able to see the corner of each eye, and we'll go a little lengthening, and then back to working at the end, and lengthen down the long side to me. On the diagonal and on your long side, make sure you can see the corner of each eye, that there's no bend. You're not thinking shoulder 4 coming down the long side because you are doing your lengthening. And then back to working. Make sure you're on the correct diagonal. So in this direction, as you go, Molly, if you need to think a little shoulder 4, think that, making sure your outside leg stays back a little bit so he doesn't swing his haunches left when you're thinking shoulder 4. Because I can see him want to push against your right leg with his right shoulder, correct?
Yeah.
So that's where you're going to think shoulder 4, but left leg has to stay back so he stays bent around your right leg as you do that and doesn't straighten his body and throw his haunches left. All right, you guys, in preparation for canter, let's go sitting trot, and when you're ready, right lead canter. Good. Now, Catherine, I want you to think about keeping the outside rein filled up a little bit more from your inside leg and not creating too much connection, more connection on the inside rein than you have on the outside rein. And forward right away. Think medium canter for him, Molly, so that when you step into canter, your first stride wants to think medium, be medium canter right off the bat. Let's see a down transition. Let's see you play with your transitions on the circle like you did the other direction. Down transition happens by closing your knee and closing your stomach muscles like you're doing a sit-up. Make the withers grow into a taller horse. Think a little haunches in for the transition both up and down, Molly. That will help him. Just think it. You don't have to do it, but keep that left leg back and think haunches in. And again, fill up that outside rein for me and lighten the inside rein, Catherine. Think haunches in, Molly, for the transitions. Yeah, better. Good girl. And even there, make sure he's bent around your right leg. Let's see another transition here, Catherine. Good. Much better in your outside rein. Well done. One more time back to canter and back to trot for me, ladies. Good. Very good. And then shoulders back, eyes up a little bit more, Catherine. And make his withers grow in the down transition to trot. Excellent. Good for you. And then rising. Yes, ma'am. Good. And stay at your trot. One more time for me, Molly. Think your haunches in your down transition. Keep that outside rein. Good. So, Molly, one more time for me. Just stay in your posting trot for a minute, Catherine. Molly, one more time. Go into your right lead canter. All right. Keep the outside rein. And what I want you to do as you ride to your trot is I want you to ride to rising trot, and as you come to trot, immediately onto a 10-meter circle, okay? So when you ride down to trot, immediately 10-meter circle right. Launches in, 10-meter circle. Excellent. You know how that helps connect the trot?
Yeah.
Right on stride run, rather than him falling into a big trot and dropping on his forehand, that helps him sit into a well-balanced forward trot. Good. All right, so now let's do a little lengthened trot across the diagonal and then back down the long side to change your direction for me. Asking for a little more lengthening this time. Bigger strides, not quicker strides. We'll go KXM across the diagonal, then back down the long side, and then we're going to do our counter-canter exercise. Good, big steps. If he comes above the vertical, that's okay. Keep your leg on. Don't correct it with your hand. And then you're lengthening down the long side, Catherine. Think bigger steps, the withers grow in every transition. I agree. Good, Molly. Watch that right shoulder. Good, Catherine. Now push the withers up in the down transition as well. Make him, every transition, your horse should grow into a taller horse with their shoulders. Not too much left rein here, Catherine. On the circle down here, Catherine. Good. Every transition for him too, Molly, his withers should go into a taller horse. May help him grow up. Make sure you can see that crown piece of the bridle. Good. Sit evenly. Careful you don't accidentally push the haunches right into down transition, Molly. All right. Now, we're going to work on our counter-canter exercise like we talked about. So, on the circle down here, sitting trot in preparation for canter, and when you're ready, left lead canter. Yeah, good for you. Very good. Keep riding the shoulders up in the canter, and let's go down the long side. You're going to make a 10-meter half circle or 12-meter half circle if you want. Back to the wall, returning to the wall as close to B as you can. And then you're going to trot down here between F and the corner. As you canter back, start to be able to see the corner of each eye already. Good. And straighten and sitting trot. Right flexion. Excellent. On the circle down here. Very good. Back to rising trot. And just stay on the circle here for a second. So let's go down the long side and do your half circle back to the wall. Stay back to your shoulders. Stay back. Canter forward. Turn. Try not to go past the center line. And turn through outside rein as well. Keep your canter, keep your canter, keep your canter, keep your canter. As your arms struggle through it. That's it. Keep it. Keep it. Stay medium, stay medium, stay medium. Good. Straighten and trot. It's a little bit in the beginning for him, it's going to be just riding really forward, all right? And he's going to feel a bit strung out, but that's okay. This is going to help that part. All right, let's go sitting trot. And when you're ready, right lead canter. Straight away down the long side. Make sure you can see the corner of that right eye here. Ready, Molly, right canter and follow. All right. Try to return to the track a little bit sooner this time, a little closer to E. Straighten and trot. A little bit fell with the trot and down transition that time. Get forward, get forward. That's it. Take medium canter if you need to. It's just real forward right now. That's what it's all about. Good girl. Keep it. Now go straight. Keep it. And now back to trot. Immediately turning left, rising trot. On the direct diagonal. Let's do it again, you guys, on the left leg.